My name is Micki Angeles. I'm the host here at the Simply Put podcast.
It's your main man, Fred Niones, aka Angelo. You see me and Mickey here with our hoodies on, so we're ready to talk to you about some Arrow. And this is Simply Put Talk review of Arrow Season 3, Episode 15, Nanda Parbat, where we see Thea finally revealing that she was the one that killed Sarah to Laurel, and Thea making the choice of having Malcolm Merlyn, her father, captured by the League of Assassins. And after Oliver finds this out, and he doesn't want his sister to lose her soul, so he makes a desperate attempt to rescue Merlyn with Diggle, by the way. Since they got captured, Oliver's preparing for death once again, but it takes a dramatic turn when Raish offers him the chance to be the new Demon's Head. And back in Starling City, we see the emergence of a new hero when Ray Palmer finally dons his Atom armor. I really enjoyed this episode. It was full of fun and drama. Got to see the Diggle, the main man Diggle, do his thing, and we got to see Iron Man. Atom don his armor. That was fun, and yeah, good episode, solid, and it looks like they're setting up for something big.
Yeah, to me, it's the best episode so far in this season. It brought the through line of Ra's al Ghul and his dealings with the death of Sarah, as well as finding Thea's honor or soul or something something to deal with Thea that we'll get into a little bit later. Big thing that I enjoyed about the episode is the dualities of the symmetry of the point of views, how everybody paired up, and we got better storytelling by that because we get to see everybody's feelings and point of views without being too convoluted. We have Laurel and Nyssa talking about Sarah. We also got the Roy and Thea relationship, where I call them the Red Arrow Arsenal team up. We got to see Ray and we got to see Felicity together, which seems to be where they're going to be leading towards. And we got to see, to me, the best bromance in TV comic books ever right now is Oliver Queen and Diggle.
Take that, Science Bros.
I gotta say, to me, it's a great episode because we got people doing what they're on the show to do. You got Diggle with his strong connections with Argus, helping the security out with Verdant, and preparing for what they consider the onslaught of the League of Assassins, which we do get to see with Nyssa coming back for Malcolm's head.
And to get back to the point of that whole car scene with Roy and Thea, I really liked how they showed that they were two sides of the same coin, basically.
Yeah, I agree totally.
They killed somebody under the influence of being either brainwashed or on Mirakuru. And to see that dynamic where we knew that they were boyfriend and girlfriend before, then became friends, then they hated each other, and to back on this like steady, I would say, peace treaty of sorts between friends. Mm-hmm. And it's like they're learning from each other, and it's very cool to see that.
Yeah, and I'm going to call Thea Speedy from now on because that's the persona I think she's going to head towards. We didn't get a Green Arrow yet, but I think that she's leaning more towards the Red Arrow aspect of her personality. Back to get into Diggle, this is where I think he shines the most, is when he gets into this full contact battle missions. So I'm excited to see him in the Suicide episode that is about to come, episode 17.
Yeah, I think 17 or 18.
This episode did feel like a part one. With the next episode, the offer. The offer will be the ending of the through line, which we get to see in the end, where Raish offers up the mantle of Ra's al Ghul to Oliver Queen, which was pretty much a twist
of the Batman
storyline, Head of the Demon, as well as I forgot what the episodes are, but the 2-part episode of the Ra's al Ghul arc in Batman the Animated Series.
I think it's called Demon's Head.
Demon's Head?
Yeah.
Okay. So that one we got to see Talia, and I'm very excited because Nyssa is a very strong character. I know she had her ties in the comic books, but I was really unfamiliar with her. But she's coming up to be a very strong character, and I think a character that we're going to see in the future. Yeah. I like to play on words that Malcolm said to Nyssa about how she...
You're reading my mind.
He basically foreshadowed or alluded to Nyssa's, I guess, disapproval from her father, where she feels like she's not going to be the heir to the throne, and that's why the offer was given to Oliver. So, how would you feel if they started to introduce Talia into the mix, maybe the younger sister?
That's what I think he was really getting at. How she lost her Because you know when she always appears in the Arrow episode, she says, "I'm Nissa Al Ghul, heir to the demon's head,"
Yeah.
and that's like her being basically like, I guess, like, was it overcompensating? I guess,
Yeah.
in a sense,
And that sucks. Ray should be a little
Yeah.
bit more progressive thinking, man.
Yeah,
you
no,
know?
but I think that was hinting at like, oh, you remember you still have another sister maybe, and she's really like the star pupil.
Yeah.
Because of the comics, she holds her own against Batman. She has fought her father on even keels sometimes, and recently she had her own son killed. So that ruthlessness is Raish. So I would love to see Talia show up. And to get back to the Diggle thing, what I really liked was that whole dialogue between him and Leela when she was telling him, "You're a soldier.
Yeah.
You can't stand by, and it's just in your programming."
That's why I feel he needs to get out of this show and either get into his own show.
I think that's what
he's
been hinting at. That the actor, I think his name is David Ramsey.
Yeah.
He's been hinting at like, oh, we're doing something big with the Diggle character, so maybe they are gonna have a spinoff with Suicide Squad. That would be very interesting.
That'd be great. And I like how that corresponded with the other conversation when they got captured at Nanda Parbat, and even leading up to that capture, they displayed some pretty cool tech. That bow and arrow that I guess Oliver got from
Either
Star Labs or Argus. It was like the size of a Walkman, then it turned into a full compound bow.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was
which
like, "What is he
pretty cool.
taking out a cell phone right now?" Really?
Yeah,
And then
that's pretty cool. And then they had the conversation about being the best man. I thought it was gonna be more towards Godfather, just because they showed the child. But that's cool. See, that's what I really liked about how Diggle lost a brother, and he never thought that he
said
would
that.
gain one.
Yeah,
that was really
great.
touching, and it was a great bonding experience. It was very nostalgic, and another something that's very nostalgic is the Laurel character, because I feel nostalgic about how much I hate her. And
Sorry, man.
to me, I don't feel like she's really being developed the right way. I'm not saying that it's going to be the actress's fault. I
don't
just
think
feel-
so.
I just
think
feel
it's the
like
writing.
she's just that character where I think Iris is in The Flash, where we don't really know what's the deal with her. Like, we get that she's in this training mode, but you see her get her ass kicked plenty of times, especially now she wants to chase Merlin. And she has an attitude problem now. And I get that Merlin killed her sister, and she did take the news pretty well when Thea confessed to her. I don't know. She's just one of those characters that just annoyed me, and I'm done with her.
I will say she's been the most consistent.
Yes, consistently bad.
Yeah, but not like mentality wise, she's been consistently irrational and wrong. And that's why, like, that fight with Merlin, that was
And
showing her.
my issue is I don't want her to be. Then I don't want her to be Black Canary.
No, I think that's why they put her and Nissa together. When they talked about that story with Sarah's laugh.
Yeah, I get it.
And
that was really touching, but I still don't give a shit about it.
And I think they're hinting that since the next episode is called The Offer, I think there's gonna be more than one offer that's gonna happen next episode. Maybe Thea becomes part of the League of Assassins to atone for Sarah's killing, or maybe Laurel goes to training there, and that'd be good. Or ultimately, where in the Batman story, Batman flat out refused. They changed it up here, and I really appreciate that Oliver's actually he's actually thinking about it.
Yeah,
and that he is the Batman of this universe, so get used to it. But they're changing it as they are to fit this world, and I think that's a welcome change in my opinion.
Yeah, and I'll agree to it in that, and I like the double cliffhanger that they had at the end of the episode where we had Oliver being offered the role of the Ra's al Ghul as the head of the demon, as well as Thea confesses once again, but this time to Nissa.
Yeah, and
she's ready to take whatever punishment is coming her way, which is very honorable of her. But let's move on because this episode's getting this review is getting a little too long. So here we go. We have the Atom suit, which I'm happy with the colors with. It's a lot more red and blue like I liked.
Very Iron Man-y.
I love that he got the formula after having sexual relations with Felicity.
Yeah, sex is good for your body.
It is. It gets your mind thinking much better and much clearer. So ladies,
Don't believe that Seinfeld episode when George became smart when he turned celibate. That's wrong.
That's wrong. And you probably didn't get that reference. But what did we think about the Atom suit?
I was laughing because like, oh my god, it's Iron Man. Just play some AC/DC in the background. But
go ahead.
But I did like it knowing that they wanted really Blue Beetle, but something happened. I don't really know. I didn't really look into it, and they're taking homages from that. And it is a kind of a hard sell when Ant-Man's in the movies having a guy shrink on TV.
But and that's I like the Atom suit in general, but it does confuses me because it does look like an Iron Man suit.
Yeah.
It doesn't look
Or RoboCop, the new one.
It doesn't look like an Atom suit, meaning like you said, someone shrinking in size. So that's where my issue lies. It's like if he gets propulsor beams, and that's another deviation. And it's not one of those deviations where the Arrow is giving Oliver Queen a lot of Batman storylines. It's a deviation of the true inherent resonance of his character, which and his being and his power sets, I guess. So that's what I have an issue with. But I'm gonna give it some time. It was just the initial.
Yeah. Very good reveal, though.
Very awesome. Good reveal. Another good reveal is that Brandon Routh finally took his shirt off. So that's what part of the CW clause. You could check that off, ladies, and I guess hopefully we'll never get to see him naked again. And that looks like it's about the end of the list. So why don't you tell us your thoughts about the Atom suit? What else is your thoughts of what else is to come in this season of the Arrow?
And I have a question for you guys. Which was your favorite villain so far? Is it Deathstroke? Is it Merlin? Or is it Raish? So let us know on the comments below.
Like I said, my name is Micki Angeles. Find me on Twitter and on Instagram at McCertified.
And I'm Fred Niones, a.k.a. Angelo. I may be wearing my Arsenal hoodie, but I'm still the main man. You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at _Fred_N.
And more news and updates of our long-form podcast, check our website at www.simplyputtalk.com. And we always look for suggestions, so email us, add us, tag us. Or, like I said, email us at info@simplyputtalk.com. Watch our past episodes because we're starting to get a hang of this.
Yeah.
And when we get into phase 2 of the podcast show,
phase 2, son,
is going to change. Not anytime soon, but soon, I guess.
Later day.